Welcome to Glorious Botafogo, your number one source of Botafogo news in English. Botafogo beat Palmeiras tonight at the Newton Santos Stadium, a sold-out Newton Santos Stadium, by 1-0, scored by Chiquinho Soares. The first half of the match was very back and forth, with oftentimes Palmeiras dominating the offensive actions and then Botafogo doing some of the offensive actions, but oftentimes finding difficulty in attacking through the middle. There was a lot of times where the Palmeiras players were overwhelming Botafogo midfielders through the center when Botafogo was trying to play through the middle, often getting intercepted and then giving Palmeiras a counterattack. Botafogo, with its usual 4 forward formation, was not able to get the ball across to whoever was required to have the ball to create something. Like, for example, Savarino. Like, for example, Luis Henrique, which, by the way, it was probably Luis Henrique's best match with the Botafogo shirt on, was tonight against Palmeiras. Luis Henrique absolutely terrorized the Palmeiras defense, especially on that right side, with lots of body movements and feints and cutting in and cutting back again. And that's how he scored that first goal. It was a body feint, over to the right, crossed it in with his right leg, Chiquinho with his left, first time shot, didn't even trap the ball, just sent it straight into the back of the net and then onto the crowd to celebrate that goal, which he's been eating that goal. Chiquinho hasn't scored in a long time, but he finally scored tonight, and it was a very important goal because it gave us the victory. It gave us the 3 points at home against a team that over the last year became more of a rival than anything else due to what happened in the Brasileirão last year and the behind the scenes with Texture and Leila Pereira. So it is what it is. There's been a lot of talks of, Abel Ferreira saying, there is no rivalry, mostly trying to keep emotions at bay. But then the Palmeiras Twitter and social media pages post a clip of all of the Palmeiras players saying that the most fond memory that they've had is the game against Botafogo last year, and using hashtag heroic turnaround or whatever they were talking about. So whether Palmeiras fans like to admit it or not, Botafogo has become a rival, mainly because both teams now compete up top. And it's going to be like that for the foreseeable future. And it's going to be like that in the Libertadores coming up in August. Our paths are going to cross a lot here pretty soon. And it's only going to add more fuel to this recent rivalry that, like it or not, it's happened. It's not that Botafogo fans are celebrating that we are rivals with Palmeiras now. And who cares? Palmeiras is in a different state. They're great competitors. Our rivalries are in Rio, right? Our derbies are in Rio. Vasco, Flamengo, Fluminense. When we play teams from São Paulo, they are derbies as well in the fact that they're classic matches. In Brazil, that's what we call them, classic matches. And Botafogo Palmeiras have always been a classic match. But more lately, more than it's been in the past, it's been a classic match that has been fueled by recent rivalry, sports rivalry and behind-the-scenes rivalry. And it's sure there's going to be a lot of new chapters added to this rivalry here pretty soon. Now, the second half was a much better half for Botafogo. I think Botafogo dominated a lot of the chances, but we saw John make some very important saves. If it wasn't for John, I think Palmeiras could have walked away with the victory. But John made some incredible saves. He's finally showing why he was signed to play here. Botafogo has had a long history of successful goalkeepers, minus Castillo. A successful line of goalkeepers, especially with Jefferson and Gatito Fernandes. So John is looking like he's here to at least attempt putting his name in that list. Whether he's going to or not, that's for a later discussion. Perhaps at the end of the year, if John keeps us from getting scored on, and that leads to a title of some sort. But Great performance by John. Great performance by Luis Henrique. They were both, in my opinion, men of the match. Barbosa had a questionable decision that he made early in the game that caught him the yellow card. But then after that, he was pretty secure. He won almost every header, completely dominant in the air. Bastos did well. Marçal had ups and downs. He had some moments where he created some chances for Palmeiras off of his mistakes, but then there were moments where he just kind of did really good. It was an up and down game for Marçal. Damian Suarez, as usual, using his experience and expertise and the South American way of playing football, especially from the Latin countries, and did really good this match as well. Marlon Freitas and Gregory, I thought they did good. Marlon Freitas missed a couple of passes that he doesn't really miss. Gregory always fighting in the middle of the pitch. Junior Santos had some great opportunities that he missed. Junior Santos needs to score a goal and needs to score a goal soon to regain confidence. But he had some good chances. Weberton had some good saves. Luis Henrique, as I said, best match with the Botafogo shirt. Chiquinho Suarez has scored a goal, so obviously very important. Savarino made some good passes, made some great passes, especially in the second half, finding Kawe on the right side that just wasted an opportunity. The substitutes did good, like Kawe, Cheche came in. I talked about on X when I posted a halftime analysis about Botafogo needed to bring a player like Danilo or Cheche, and they both came on. Igor Jesus made his debut for Botafogo. He showed a lot of heart. He fought for every ball. He had a really good chance in front of goal. He took a shot. The shot was deflected and ended up being saved by Weberton. I would have loved to have seen where that shot would have gone if it wasn't for the deflection from the defender. And Botafogo takes 3 points home. I would like to thank Foot Fanatics for the swag, for the shirt, for the cap. And I told you guys I'm going to be using this cup. I'm using this cup right here. There is a liquid inside of there. I don't know if you can see, but so here, cheers for the win. Botafogo returns this Saturday at the Newton Santos Stadium at 4:30 p.m. against Internacional. It's going to be an official match for the Brasileirão. It's going to have an international broadcast once again by Botafogo TV with Hobby Porto and now with Larly. So they had international broadcast tonight. Great job to both of them. It's always awesome to see. I don't have to do an IPTV service to watch the Botafogo match with some random narrators. I can just go to Botafogo TV and watch Hobby Porto, which is a Botafogo supporter and an amazing narrator and commentator. And Lali is the newest addition, also did really good tonight. So good job to both of you. And if there's anything else this week that will happen, like always, I will bring a video. If not, then I will see you guys with a post-match analysis on Saturday.